These are good for protein and carbohydrates. I'm getting my macros in.
The Gym Neckbeard, where he gets a parking ticket. Now it sounds like a relatively uninteresting happening, but somehow I think Todd is going to make it a bit more spicy. This story is somewhat out of the order and context of the rest of my tales. In fact, it happened before I even moved, back like a year or two. I apologize if it's somewhat lacking, as I heard this third hand. And you have to wonder what about this parking ticket made it such a magnificent tale that it had to be passed down through the ages. So, Kelly, as you may remember, was the front desk and office manager at the gym where Todd, the Neckbeard, worked. In heavy quotations, worked. His mother, Bubbles, owned the place. At the time of this tale, she was still somewhat involved in the operation of things. Todd showed up at the gym one day, furious, seeking out the sheltering arms of his mother. Of course he did. It seems that his car was ticketed as he was parked nearby. He huffed and puffed, insisting that he would fight this ticket in court, while his mother agreed and helped encourage him. I think enabling him would be a more apt description, but yeah, go off. He shows up sometime later with the presentation he planned to give to the judge. Not an argument, no, like a full presentation, like he was pitching an architectural layout to the board. PowerPoint was involved. Jesus, dude, he watched one courtroom drama and he's like, I got this. That's adorable. Kelly was working at the desk and he decided to practice on her, despite the fact that she was rather vocally unwilling. Todd apparently had practiced pauses, gloating smirks, and self-righteous chuckles scripted into this presentation. I can only imagine that Kelly was distracted from not having to punch Todd. She didn't actually notice the content of his argument at first, until she stopped zoning out and actually looked at that screen. All this over a parking ticket, bro? Just pay the $50, it's fine. Now, the amount was certainly high, but there was good reason for that. It seems that Todd lived across the street from the library and had parked in their sole handicapped spot, leaving his vehicle there for 2 whole days. 2, his entire argument before the court was that there shouldn't be any handicapped parking spots. Oh my God, I'm dead. He was arguing for the right of lazy people everywhere to park wherever they feel necessary. How did he not get towed for 2 days? He deserves it. What is this? Kelly was disgusted, but when Todd finally finished his lengthy presentation and asked for feedback, she made some noise, then went back to work. Todd's day at court happened sometime later. He came back very much subdued, being coddled by his mother. Todd never spoke of it again, but Kelly did find out a few tidbits of info from Bubbles. Apparently, some of Todd's wind was taken away when he found that he couldn't bring his laptop into court. But still, he started into that blowhard speech before being cut off by the judge-like person, not really sure of the term, who stated that his sister was in a wheelchair. Oh bro, know your audience. What is this? Now most people would know that this is a lost cause, but it seems Todd still tried launching into his rehearsed speech before the judge shut him down and sent him off to just pay the fine. Just no shame whatsoever. I mean, we knew that before, but yeah, every time you see it in action, it's just jaw-dropping, is it not? This was semi-fresh in Kelly's mind when Todd was ranting about his college experience. Todd had gone to the local college, but apparently started elsewhere, The first college, he complained,
wouldn't accommodate his disability of ADHD.
Apparently, he required all exams and tests to be open notebook/laptop, excuses to miss and make up exams, and so much more. The college, rather unfairly in Todd's opinion, asked him to provide information from a doctor, stating that he needed this help before they would make those accommodations. However, Todd had never been to a doctor about this issue. The school offered to have him seen there, but he balked at that.
His self-diagnosis is supposed to be enough,
especially considering that his mother agreed with him. God, she ain't doing that boy no favors. This is terrible. Look at what you've created. And now she's so disgusted, she can't even come into work and look at him anymore. Todd was apparently rather upset and badmouthed that first college to no end. To him,
it was important that people with disabilities be recognized and given the help they need.
Kelly, to her credit, didn't bother pointing out the hypocrisy. Yeah, this is a good thing when it's for me, but when it's for you, it's terrible and we should get rid of it. He's just something else, dude. I don't have the words. I don't have the energy. You just insufferable, Todd, in more ways than I could imagine. How can you be such a hypocrite? After the first selection of stories, I didn't think I could like him any less. But he just keeps going. So we'll keep going as well and see what we got in the next story. The Gym Neckbeard. Todd is watching us from a distance. What, like through a sniper rifle or something? Oh no, get down!
He hates these cans!
This is the story of Todd, a neckbeard who worked at his family's gym. I had a membership there. So did my friends Janice and Carol. Both are built quite small, short, slight, young-looking, meaning that they were the focus of a fair amount of Todd's interest. Ugh, yeah, don't remind me, he's disgusting. This gym was not in good shape, and there were some questionable layout choices that happened over the past 30-some years that it had been in business. One was a rather small, padded room to the side of the weight room. It had obviously been larger at one point, but some of the space had been, borrowed to expand the weight room. A small half-wall blocked things on one side. On the other was an awkwardly placed mirror at chest height and a glass door to the outside cut into a glass wall. Before the room was cut, it was apparently the site of aerobics classes back in the 80s. Now, it really had no official use, but a ton of the patrons had taken to using it for stretching and body weight exercises, as there was really no floor space anywhere else. So far, all of that seems completely copacetic, but I know it's just shortly about to go off the rails. So one day, Janice was wrapping up while I stood and chatted with her. I was leaning against the mirror when I saw a ghostly image beside me. I didn't immediately say anything to Janice, and we both left for the day. I had only just started getting to know Kelly, the front desk manager, but I sorta cornered her the next day. After making sure that Todd was absent, I asked her up front about the mirror. She admitted that it was a two-way mirror. She said it was a holdover from when the aerobics classes were held back there and used the other door, so that the person in the office could monitor who came in and keep them from having security issues. Yep, we are again approaching maximum creep vibes. Two-way mirror in the gym, that's not good. No wonder the entire thing went bankrupt, and good riddance, might I say. Then I asked about Todd and that two-way mirror. And at this point, Kelly got quiet. She got fidgety in her chair. Sometimes Todd went into the office and watched people, she admitted. And when he did, she tried to just leave him alone and not go back there. She avoided my gaze. I asked, what it was that he did back there. Oh, OP, don't ask questions you're not ready to hear the answers to, okay? Some things are too horrible for the mind to comprehend, and we need to get out! Kelly regarded the ceiling with much interest, and then she pondered her shoes. Oh, God, no. At least Kelly did us the grace of not actually confirming what we know to be true. Oh. So I finished my workout, seeing Todd come in through the front door. By this time, I was damn determined to solve this. As he got ready to leave, I suddenly turned, walked around the counter, and headed to the office. Todd was in his cubby under the counter, and the second he noticed me, he started yelling,
"Hey, I wasn't allowed back there!"
But I had already seen into the office, and my suspicions were confirmed. The mirror in the stretching room was two-way, and from the darkened office, you could watch into that room. There was even a comfy stool set up for long-term viewing. I mean, really the only thing that could make it worse is a bottle of lotion, you know? I stepped back out, and Todd and I exchanged a look. Kelly had apparently tried to get the mirror removed on numerous occasions, but Todd had overruled her opinion with his mother. So now it was time to act independently. I mean, I'm not a big proponent of destruction of property, but I make an exception in this case. You are saving everybody that comes into the gym after you. So for the next few days, I started informing everyone at the gym about that mirror. I said that Todd sometimes watches people. I never overtly said that he might be doing more, but I think everyone guessed that based on Todd's general weirdness and his reputation. People were irate. They started thumbtacking towels over the mirror before they worked out. Someone, presumably Todd, ripped them down and then put a sign up about
not damaging the wood with tacks.
He's so desperate for a free show, isn't he? I don't think it's the wood above the mirror that Todd is truly concerned with here. People tried peering through the mirror and barged their way into the offices themselves to see. The sad part was that Todd managed to just leave when people tried to confront him or threatened to suspend their gym memberships. Unfortunately, Katie was the employee who ended up taking most of the heat. It's always how it works. It always rolls downhill. Nobody can tell Todd nothing, and that will be the reason for the end of this entire place. I ain't even sad about it, honestly. The ditzy owner finally got a call about it. I wasn't there, but Kelly told us about it afterwards. She decided to make a rare appearance at the gym herself and was confronted by upset gym goers threatening to leave if that mirror wasn't removed. It was gone within the week, hastily boarded over with a piece of plywood. Oh yeah, how's that for ambiance? Don't replace it with an actual mirror. Plywood. What a shithole. Poop hole, dookie ditch, turd tunnel, plop plop precipice. During this time, I got to see the owner interact with Todd. She talked to him in a cutesy baby voice, the same that you would use on a lapdog. Ugh. It was also the first I noticed how mean she was to Kelly, who basically ran this place. The effects of this were that I met a ton of people from the gym and we all sort of banded together against Todd. But the negative was that Todd now had to be more overt with his creeping. With his anonymous viewing spot gone, suddenly he was on the gym floor a lot more often. Considering the gym was about to hire, this wasn't the best of situations. So I think the most interesting thing about this entry is that nobody volunteered the information about the mirror. You know, I get not wanting to confront the manager and whatnot, but come on. At least look out for your fellow human being. I'll give Kelly some credit. She did come clean eventually, but it might be too little too late for salvation, you know? That's between you and Jesus. I know Todd ain't gonna make it to the pearly gates. That's for damn sure. Anyway, we got one more story to go for this entry. I'm trying to do like 3 since there's 9. Then we could do 3 3-parters and then compilation. Yeah, it's gonna be great. So let's see what it's all about as we head over there right now. The gym Neckbeard meets the new employee. God, please tell me he's not the one doing the hiring. It's about to get even more creepier. Another story in the tale of the gym owned by a Neckbeards family and how it fell into ruin. And quite deservedly so, in my opinion. When I signed up, Bubbles, the actual owner of the place, informed me that they usually had a personal trainer and were about to hire a new one in. In truth, I was there for 4 months before one was hired, and it turned out that their old trainer had quit almost a year ago. From Kelly, the front desk manager, I found out that this was because Bubbles didn't exactly pay her employees well. But there's a caveat there, isn't there, OP? She doesn't pay any of her employees well, except her little baby boy! He needs a Christmas bonus! All he wants to do is buy more Fortnite skins, what's wrong with that? So when the new trainer came in, he was young. Like, really young. I have no idea what the minimum amount of time you can have to be called a personal trainer is, but he seriously couldn't have had a minute more than that. He was also really shy and insecure about his job. I'll call him Dude Bro. I mean, for low prices, yeah, you're probably hiring beginners. And I'm thinking that maybe, just maybe, this is one of the worst places you could go to learn how to do this job properly. Lastly, I will say I'm glad that Todd's not in charge of hiring, but now I'm thinking that Bubbles might be a cougar. So let's hear about Dude Bro. At first, I thought he was just a gym member, as I'd seen him there working out, but he was apparently paid by whoever signed up with him, so eventually he started looking for clients. Dude Bro approached me, looking at his shoes, muttering, asking if I want to buy personal training sessions. Basically the exact same way that I was asked out to a school dance when I was 13. I had to ask him to repeat himself because I seriously wasn't sure what he said. By the way, it was one of those moments that I knew I was getting older. He was a good-looking guy, but my response was more like, "Oh, isn't he adorable?" than anything else. Who wants to get trained by a literal beta male? I'm sure Dude Bro will get into the swing of things eventually, but yeah, it's not very good marketing when you walk up to me looking at your shoes. Later, I saw Dude Bro muttering at another person, trying to sales pitch his sessions. Todd had been watching him and was laughing at his shyness, and then he started to taunt him. You gotta be louder. You gotta get out there. Just watch. And then to some poor person just walking out of the locker room, hey, fatty, get over here and sign up for some training sessions. Is it any wonder that this gym went down the river? I don't know how you stayed at it for 4+ months, OP. It was obvious that at first, Todd thought he could bully and lord over the much younger trainer. He'd make snarky comments and laugh at him. He'd point out that his family's been in business for 40 years. But if Dude Bro couldn't get clients, he'd be out of business in just 4 weeks. He's really looking for like any way to give his life some value, you know? He's like, you're a young, attractive, fit young man. I'll dunk on you for that fact alone. For the one weakness that I see in you, I will just completely tear it apart. I mean, the only reason I'm sure the trainer doesn't rip into Todd is because we're gonna be here for weeks. Then something happened. The gym was home to a bunch of old timers, weightlifters who had been going there since the 80s, and they took pity on that young, shy guy. They signed up for an introductory session with Dude Bro and spent it less learning from him and more psyching him up and helping him out. They managed to get a few more people to sign up with Dude Bro, and he started to settle in. be more confident, talk to his surrounding people, and he turned out to be an all-around okay guy. God, I love encouraging gym bros, bro.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
So of course, none of this would stand for Todd. At first, he just tried to undermine Dude Bro, making comments behind his back to his clients about what a waste of money personal training was. Doesn't the gym get a cut? Are you like shooting yourself in the foot right now? Todd would yell after people leaving from a session asking, so did you learn anything? One day, I came in to find workout sheets, Xeroxed from some fitness magazine, on the front counter with free personal training written on a sign behind it. These attempts all failed. I don't think Todd will ever understand. What can a personal trainer offer me that this piece of paper can't? It's like, I don't know, dude. How about like a sense of accountability? A bit of motivation? There's a reason many people pay for it. So according to Kelly, Todd tried to get Dude Bro just outright fired. He called up his mom, the gym owner, Bubbles, whining. But as Dude Bro's employment hinged on getting clients, which he was, she wasn't ready to fire him. Oh, come on, might there be some subtext reasons? Good-looking guy, low self-esteem, you know she's grooming him. She's not gonna go into that with her son, I guess. Oh, and in the next sentence, OP says as much. Good, I nailed it. There was probably another reason as well. As Kelly was there for Dude Bro's first day, Bubbles had basically been all over him like a leech. Dude Bro was either gay or just playing ignorant about her behavior. Yep, he knows the golden rule. Don't duke where you dine. This is when my bread gets buttered. I'm not interested in anything else. Thank you so much. Todd's next attempt to ruin Dude Bro was that he would follow after him during training sessions. He'd ask questions.
Are you sure that's how you want to hold her arm?
He would make Dude Bro seem stupid, implying that he was too young to know what he was talking about.
Jesus, dude. You hired me to do this job. Let me do it.
Is Dude Bro a confident enough dude to say that now? I hope he will be soon. That's all Todd needs. Just one person to stand up to him. And he'll fold. He'll buckle like a belt. And then Todd would make all these blowhard statements.
I've been at this gym my whole life. I've never seen anyone do that. Where'd you come up with that one?
Those sort of comments. At first, Dude Bro seemed shaken by these comments, but other people, especially the old timers, were supportive. I even signed up for a setup session with Dude Bro just to make Todd upset, as did both Carol and Janice. Well, that's one of the best ways to sell anybody anything, isn't it? Get everybody good and stirred up and angry about a two-way mirror and say, if you give me money, you can fight back. And everybody gives you money. It's really crazy. And all of this meant that Todd only had one thing left that he could do. He was gonna prove that he could beat Dude Bro in his own game. So something happened that had never happened before in the history of the gym. Todd actually tried to use the equipment and work out. Oh my God, I'm pretty sure he's gonna hurt himself. Don't let him do that. I wasn't there for the first adventure, but Kelly was. Todd apparently hopped up on a treadmill, cranked up the incline as high as it would go, set it to fast walk, and started huffing and puffing along. He only lasted a minute or two before he couldn't last any longer, and he went tumbling off the back. You gotta know when your body's calling it quits. Although I guess he's never done this before. So how could he know until his legs turned into jelly? He hadn't hooked up the safety clip, so he just got flung away, leaving the treadmill whirring along before Kelly came over and turned it off. Oh, he's pathetic. I was there for one of his future adventures. Todd strode into the weight room. He smirked around the room, swaggered over to a bench, slammed his backpack down beside him. He picked up a weight, rather lightweight, sort of moved it around a few times before seeming bored. Then he's dug into his backpack, pulling out a rather large container of some sort of muscle mass gaining powder, shaking a large quantity into a bottle, half-heartedly shaking it up, leaving most of the powder stuck to the bottom, by the way. He made a face, rummaged back into his backpack, and washed this down with a large quantity of Mountain Dew. Yeah, it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back type of stuff. Janice was beside me, giving the universal, "Holy hell, did you just see that? Don't say anything," eyes. Afterwards, we laughed about it with Kelly, who confirmed that this was in addition to his normal junk food regimen. Yeah, dude, if you just eat enough creatine powder, your body starts reshaping itself. Super easy. Todd's fitness push lasted all of 2 weeks. He would be in the weight room, not doing anything, just being there. Then finally he gave up, slinking back to his spot under the counter. I'm grateful we're not calling it a cubby anymore. 5-year-olds have cubbies. 30-year-olds have, I don't know, deep-seated mommy issues. I won't be around for a while, so this will be the last story that you'll get from me for a little bit. Oh, don't lie to the people. These have been posted 8 years ago. I'm gonna have the next one out soon enough. I like Dude Bro, honestly. He's coming into his own. He got adopted by some extroverts. Because he's putting himself out there, he's gonna find his legs. He's going to thrive in a way that Todd could never hope to, because Todd insists on staying in his little hidey hole, right? Whenever anything goes wrong, he just runs back under mommy's skirt. You're supposed to run from what's comfortable. You're supposed to grow and shape yourself as a person, Todd. That's the whole point of this experiment. If you didn't get that yet, I don't even know why I'm getting mad. It's like talking to a wall. But I do hope you enjoyed the episode, friends. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, do all them things. That'd be super cool. Follow me on social medias, many links in the description. Whatever your social media of choice is, I'm probably on it. Although I can't say how often. Thank you, of course, to my Patreon patrons, my beautiful YouTube channel members. You guys are really helping to keep me afloat, and I do appreciate you. We'll have something special cooked up for you relatively soon. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you join me tomorrow. Wash your hands, keep yourself safe, and of course, always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely deserve it, and I shall see you in the next one. So until then, bye-bye.